Welcome back to Baxter's weekly yoga balance pose. This week I'm going to be sharing with you a pose that's called the Cypress tree, and it's a takeoff on a classic yoga balancing pose, tree pose of Vrksasana. In this case we're going to be honoring the Northern California cypress trees that are so beautiful along the coast here in Northern California, where I'm fortunate enough to live. So to begin, we're going to shift our weight onto our left foot. We're going to bring our right foot up into tree pose. You're going to get yourself set. You can take the arms out to the sides and eventually work your way up to the arms overhead. So this is the classic version of tree pose, more or less. And today, with the idea of strong winds blowing off the coast, you're going to let your hips shift a little bit to the left, and you're going to reach a little bit out to the right with your arms in your chest. If you lose your balance, you'll self-correct a little bit. Then you'll come back up to center. Once you're in center, you'll let your hips slide a little bit to the right, and you'll tip a little bit over to the left with your torso and arms. Eventually coming back to center, you're releasing the arms down. You'll bring the foot down, shake out that left leg for a moment, gather your wits about you for the second side. So we're going to shift our weight now onto the right leg, bringing the left foot up into a good place for you for tree pose. And of course you can have your foot much lower on the leg if you'd like. One of the keys here is to get the foot to press into the leg and the leg to press into the foot. So once you're steady, you've taken your arms up and overhead. You're going to first allow the hips to shift a little bit to your right, and you're going to lean out over to your left a little bit. Hanging out there for just a couple moments. You can hang out longer if you'd like, of course. You can just hang out for a couple breaths. Come back to center. Get steady in the center place, and then let the hips shift a little bit over to your left and reach a little more diagonally over to the right. Imagining nice California breeze coming off the coast, affecting your tree pose. And then come back to center and release down. When you see me doing things like this with my hands, that's a way that I use to kind of self-correct if I'm losing my balance too much. Bring your foot down, shake the leg out. So there's cypress tree balancing pose for this week. Play around with that. Be open to the challenge of it. If you want to learn more about my work, check out my website, baxterbell.com, and also my blog site, Yoga for Healthy Aging, where Nina Zolotov and I blog post 5 days a week on all kinds of topics related to health, yoga, and your well-being. Until next time, namaste.